Modern Warfare 3 has just been revealed, and we are starting to learn about what this game has to offer. It honestly all sounds interesting, and I think COD is gearing up to change the multiplayer landscape forever with what they might be trying to do. I can't say I'm surprised the new game is coming even after they said they would break the cycle of releasing a new game yearly, and I can't help but think that this is a missed opportunity for Activision to take it slow, take a little bit of a break, and give yourself time to really come out with something new and something special. You can argue that MW3's content could just be a major DLC drop for MW2 in order to help carry the game over for one more year. Call of Duty is in a league of its own. There is no other multiplayer shooter that is a major threat to them. Yes, there are other popular games out there, but nobody, I mean nobody, has the player base and earns the kind of money that Activision gets from Call of Duty. Switching to a bi-yearly cycle would allow Call of Duty developers to have more time to create a brand new experience, something that doesn't feel similar to the last game, and gives them enough time to fully flesh out new ideas like new modes. Call of Duty has evolved a lot recently, and those changes not only affected the franchise itself, but have also changed the multiplayer gaming industry. Call of Duty now has its own ecosystem. There's a huge variety of content. You have the campaign, core multiplayer, zombies, and some new additions, including Warzone and DMZ. Heck, even EA and DICE just recently confirmed that they are working on the next Battlefield game, and they are claiming to have an ecosystem planned for that one as well. And 2042 kind of followed the model of Call of Duty. 2042, like MW2, had three main modes: core multiplayer, portal, and hazard zone. Again, nobody is on the same level as COD. Everyone else is trying to keep up or copy their style. So why does Activision feel the need to pump out a new game every year? Today, let's take a look at all this info that has just come out about the game, and I'm also going to debate whether or not this game should be released this year, or even if it should just be a DLC that drops to continue Modern Warfare 2 to carry over one more year. Let's get into it. Modern Warfare 3 was officially revealed during an in-game event in Warzone. While this is technically Modern Warfare 3 2.0, this game will be featuring a lot of firsts for the long-standing franchise. It will be the first ever back-to-back sequel. You know, in the past, we got a Modern Warfare game, then we got a Black Ops game, then we got the next Modern Warfare, then we got the next Black Ops game. The game's multiplayer will also be carrying over a vast amount of its content from MW2. The Zombies mode will be making its first appearance in the Modern Warfare setting. The game does come out on November 10th, so over the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of months, we are definitely going to be learning more and more about this game as we get closer, but there's quite a bit to break down right now, so let's do it. Modern Warfare 3's campaign will continue on from Modern Warfare 2. Vladimir Makarov will be the big baddie yet again as the Russian ultra-nationalist that just might start World War III. And look, coming off of being an OG fan of the original Modern Warfare series, it was cool to see Captain Price and everybody go up against Makarov, so seeing Task Force 141 again go up against Makarov and his guys, I think it's going to be awesome. Apparently, there's some new stuff coming to the campaign. The developers are saying a new innovation will empower player decisions. There will be open combat missions that will emphasize player choice. Multiple paths will be available during these missions, and choices will be available for objectives to complete. I could see this going one of two ways. One, these missions will be big battlefields where you get to traverse around and pick and choose how you go about these things, or which objectives to complete first. Or two, it'll be the classic approach of determining whether or not you want to use the stealth or tactical approach to complete an objective, or if you're going to go in guns blazing. I really wish Activision would have stuck with their plan of not releasing a new game every year. Call of Duty campaigns are pretty good for the most part. I had a few issues gameplay-wise in Modern Warfare 2's campaign, but I like the story and I like the characters. And honestly, I'd rather see a campaign DLC drop with like an additional 10 missions to continue the story. You know, when I look back at the raid missions, they were a cool idea. They were a pain in the ass, but they were something new. They tried to fit a narrative into those 4 missions, and the narrative was kind of interesting, but it just never felt important or really felt that special. It was just cutscenes before and after the missions. Like, the gameplay was wild, but literally the entire thing just took place in an underground Soviet bunker. I also hated the fact that a few of the main characters from 2019's game were only included or heavily focused on finally in the raid missions rather than being a main focus or even showing up at all in the main campaign. I'm not really sure why they were ignored in the campaign, and we also got the bare minimum when it comes to the co-op missions. So, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I would have rather have seen campaign DLC over the handful of raid missions and co-op missions, and I would have been fine with paying a few extra bucks to get that additional content. I mean, and that would also be something new for Call of Duty, something they've never done before, adding story DLC. Some of the information that come out about multiplayer has my nostalgia bells jingling. Now listen carefully, all you OG COD fans. All 16 launch maps from the original Modern Warfare 2 are coming to Modern Warfare 3. That is awesome. I was waiting for MW2 to bring back some of these maps, and they included a couple of them in Ground War and whatnot, but it just really wasn't the same. So I am excited to see some old classic maps come back, and honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it because, you know, seeing some old maps to appease the older fans is cool, and also I think, you know, newer fans to the series, they're not going to care. They're just going to be happy that there's more than, you know, 5 maps releasing at launch, so that's a plus. Game modes like Hardpoint and Kill Confirmed will be returning. There's a new mode called Cutthroat, which will feature 3v3 v3 gameplay on core maps, and Activision has said that more than a dozen new core 6v6 maps will come out over time after the launch. The Red Dot minimap will also be making a return, so anytime an opponent fires an unsuppressed weapon, their red dot will appear on the map. Map voting is coming back as well. ADS will be faster, specifically coming out of slides, and there will be an increase in health for a longer time to kill. There's a new Warzone map on the way. It will be Las Almas, which was featured in Modern Warfare 2's campaign. The traditional perk system is coming back as well. Perks will be categorized by gear in 4 different slots. You're going to have the helmet slot, vest slot, gloves, and boots. So the gear you choose will determine what perks you'll be able to use. This sounds cool. It's a different take while bringing back a classic system, but again, portraying it in a new way. The Ninja perk will be returning. That's an iconic perk in the old games that somehow missed the cut in MW2. This perk did a great job of reducing the sound of footsteps. And also, probably one of the most interesting things that is cool for the most part is that the game is going to be going the route of carry forward is the terminology, which means that weapons, camos, progression, and other cosmetic content from MW2 will follow into MW3. So, in a way that's cool because you can continue using the bundles and the operators and everything you spent money on in the next game. Now, just a heads up, if you did not play MW2, then the operators from that game will not be available for use by you in MW3. So you had to actually unlock and play with the stuff in MW2 to actually be able to use it in MW3, which makes sense. So then you have Treyarch bringing in zombies. They will be adding PvE extraction mechanics into the mode. Players will be able to squad up in an open world environment and face off against what they are saying are the biggest enemies in Call of Duty history. Activision is describing this Modern Warfare Zombies era as an unearthly dark ether story with plenty of secrets to uncover. I do have mixed feelings about this game because honestly, all of this sounds cool, and it does appear that Activision wants to bring Call of Duty to the next level, and that's great, but I'm kind of wondering, are they doing too much here too soon? And let's hold up for a second. I know it's very easy, and this happens all the time, that YouTubers hop on here and make a video complaining about Call of Duty every single year when the next game is announced. And I have done my fair share of nitpicking COD in the past as well, but I truly think they have the opportunity to change the industry here and to change the multiplayer landscape. And they've already done so recently in regards to adding major game modes like DMZ and Warzone to create this so-called ecosystem, which now all of a sudden Call of Duty and Battlefield are starting to use. So this is the plus side, in my mind, of this game. Now, what I think is an actual slap in the face and deserves some criticism is the fact that this $70 game sounds like an add-on. Activision has confirmed that this is a premium release, which means it will cost the standard AAA price. The Vault Edition is going to cost about $100 as well. So you're paying full money for carrying over stuff into this game and just adding maps and campaign missions. Like, again, you could bring this stuff into MW2 and let it be like the second chapter, the second half of this game, because, you know, if they needed to do one more full year of this like they were originally going to, I think it would have been fine. But again, I'm sitting here conflicted because I'm liking a lot of what I'm reading so far, but I really want to see this in like the full package when this is all put together, when they really finally show this stuff off, which again, you're gonna have to probably wait till October to really get the full picture, because of course they're gonna tease stuff over time. They're not gonna give you the full picture until it's almost time to buy the game. And I'm just being picky with the price here because again, if this is truly just a content dump, then I really don't think this should be $70. But regardless, Call of Duty is about to change the multiplayer landscape yet again by continuing to add almost endless content into their own ecosystem. And I do look forward to learning more about this game as more details come out. You know, I'm not going to sit here and trash this game because I could sit here and complain and moan and groan, but what difference does it make? The company is going to do what they want to do. And again, maybe we're a little bit too hard on Call of Duty because, again, they're the one franchise, multiplayer shooting franchise, that continuously comes out consistently with content and keeps themselves relevant. And also, for many years, people complain that Call of Duty feels the same from year in and year out, that every year the next game feels like the previous one. And again, when you're talking a sequel here, Modern Warfare 3 is probably going to feel pretty similar to Modern Warfare 2, but in terms of the content they're adding, the multiple modes, and adding these new ideas like bringing all of your stuff from MW2 into MW3, this is all technically new stuff right now, stuff that they've never done before and a lot of other gaming franchises haven't done before. So this might be worth watching. I'm still going to stick with my claim of they should just wait and release a full game next year. Fully fledged out zombies, continue to work on DMZ and Warzone because those modes, people complain about them still having issues and whatnot. Just make sure you make a game that's not broken, buggy, and glitchy, and make sure you have all these modes and ideas and these processes fully fledged out, fully planned out, and you could kill it next year. They still might be fine this year. I just hope they're not, you know, in over their heads here, but again, with all the major developers of Call of Duty on this project, it might actually turn out. So again, think they should hold off, but I'm excited to see what they're going to do, and Call of Duty might be, again, changing not only the future landscape for themselves, but the entire industry. Well, this is one heck of a debate topic, so please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Check out some of the other videos on the channel, and heck, why not subscribe? You can also find me on Twitter and TikTok, Twitter at AnalyzeThis_YT, and TikTok at AnalyzeThis54_YT. I highly recommend checking me out on TikTok. You can engage with me and other people on there too to continue talking about these things. Also, if you want to listen to the audio version of all my content, go to Spotify and search Analyze This Podcast. Thanks again for watching, and take care.